What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Shaun C. So you all have seen the title, the thumbnail of tonight's video, and this is kind of a continuation of the conversation that we've been having. And I've been doing that for all the videos lately, trying to continue on the conversation, and then eventually we'll make our way to other topics. But I came across some more clips tonight that was disturbing. And tonight's video is kind of almost like two videos in one. And what I mean is that on one hand, we're going to continue the conversation around the our kids, that how they're being raised, what we're seeing right now. And trust me, I have some stuff that's disturbing, but it kind of ties together with the second part. And the second part to that is that the women that we're seeing right now, their behaviors, their attitudes, they are the future moms, if not already moms. So that's kind of something that I want you to keep in the back of your head, is that we're going to see what our kids are going through, and then you're going to see how these women are behaving. And I'm going to link the two. I don't have a lot of clips tonight. I'm not going to even keep y'all a long time tonight. Okay. I know we always say that, but I promise tonight I'm not, because I like to, I'm actually, I have me and my woman are going to a wedding at the end of this month. And I want to still be able to produce good videos for y'all up until that point. But I also have to start thinking ahead on, having a video or two come out, toward the end of next month or end of this month. So there's a lot of planning that I have to do right now. So I kind of got to be up on my game, okay? But I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna want to stick around to the end, okay? Again, I'm not gonna keep you 2 hours a night. You're gonna want to stick around to the end because, again, when I tie these two things together, also there's a great message in here for the gents, as always. Listen, thank you all for being here this evening. Thank you all for continuing to help this channel out. Let me just tell y'all, I came across something my mom sent me, and I had just finished, doing some work, and I've just been noticing that views are down. You know what I mean? Not like you're not getting any views, but views are down. And what my mom sent me, I was like, let me just see what mom said. And I had just had this conversation with my woman about all of the work that I've been putting in. And that video that my mom sent actually said that it seems that YouTube is just like suppressing views. It's not to say people aren't getting any views. It's not to say some people aren't going viral and stuff. It's just that it seems like there's a general compression of views. And you've heard me talk about this. And the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because I am super grateful for all the gents for your continued support of this channel. I can't stress enough how, if you have favorite creators, even if I'm one of them, I appreciate you all being here. I had to get my banner together. Didn't do that before time. All right, so let's see who we got here. QA says, first, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I was actually able to get a quick bite to eat in, but I'm gonna be hungry because it was only like yogurt and granola and shit. So Wednesdays is one of my workout days. So I had to get, I've just been starving today. It's crazy. Preston says, yo, Shaun C, TSG, big bro, homie, and the uncut player peeps. Preston, thank you for always being on here. Get your eat on. Yeah. No, I'm good. Cardell, man, shout out to you. He said, let's get started. That's what I'm talking about, man. King, thank you for being here. He said, brother Preston. Adam, we got expat living overseas. Most people are letting phones raise their kids. Yes. And I thought that was very important to me, Adam, to put in that video, that the the clinical psychologists that's been studying these things are saying that the technology is actually making these kids stupid. And I didn't mean to say, like, I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not, they are less educated than their parents, you know? And the thing about it is, it kind of makes sense. You know, like when my daughters come up to me, or my daughters would, my one of my daughters would ask me, "Hey, Dad, what about this, that, and the third?" And the first thing that I would say is, "Did you look it up on the Juju yet? Or did you look it up on Google?" You know, I say Juju. You look it up on Juju? And she was like, "No." Like, then why are you asking me? I'm not an encyclopedia. I would look it up on Juju too. Like, and I tell all my kids, like, I don't understand. You all growing up with this technology and you all don't know how to use it. I said, I hate to be cliche, and some of y'all gonna be able to relate to what I'm talking about. I hate to make this a cliche, but I didn't walk uphill 10 miles and downhill 10 miles. But the library is how we got all our information, microfiche on articles and books. And that's how we found out shit. And that was a 2 mile walk there and back to the library. You know, I didn't have a car, you know, and I didn't have bus fare either. So I had to hoof it. So again, I didn't want to sound cliche to my kids, but it's the absolute truth, right? To this day, I could find on the map where that library is in my town, okay, in that part of New Orleans. So the fact that these kids have all this technology, yet it's not making them any smarter. It's really damaging in them, and that's kind of why I think it's so important to cover these topics. They can't read but expect a six-figure man. Get real, yeah, yeah. All right, yep. Our boss, shout out to you. He said catching this live in a while. Salute, gents. Our boss, thank you for being here. Appreciate your comments on my other videos too, man. Thank you. Make sure you guys, if you don't know, we have another channel called Partners in Crime, and that's where me and P, you know, we actually, those are a little bit longer videos, but it's just us talking, man, you know. And that was kind of important to us when we started Partners in Crime, is we're actually going to eventually branch out. But I told them, I said, the way YouTube algorithm work, you don't want to start talking about too many different things until you have your core audience locked in. And once you have your core audience, you can start exploring other topics. And so we plan to talk about a bunch of different stuff. But if you're not over there and you're not, you know, subscribe, please go subscribe. Help us out over there. Again, these are good conversations. And listen, these are deeper dives. You know, some of these videos you could just, you know, put on in the background, listen to like a podcast. That's the intention that we had. All right. Uh, you going to summer wedding? I sure hope it lasts. Yeah, I mean, I think it. Well, I think it will. It's a really good guy, and from what I can tell, he has a great woman too. So, we're gonna go out there and support. How do we expand the channel? Yeah, expand the channel by continuing to support both channels. I typically put out videos on the same days, and when there's any surprises, I try to do community posts to let y'all know. Hey, if you don't know, and I got to get better about that, right? Like, hey, if you missed it, there's this video I put out yesterday or something. But Mondays and Fridays is when I typically put out my videos, and we do the live streams on Wednesdays. On Partners in Crime, I think we do like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Saturday. I try to do 3 days a week on there while we're growing. Okay. V, shout out to you. He said, I've been brainstorming on how to raise revenue without the pending on Patreon or YouTube. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. That's V, it's crazy because I've been sitting here thinking about it too. Like, me and my woman have been brainstorming, and that's what your woman should be doing. Your woman should be there helping you to brainstorm, helping you to, like, you know, iron should sharpen iron, and she should be there sharpening you too, you know, to help you think and clear your mind. And we've been just coming up with ideas because I think we're starting to realize that, you know, you got to have a side hustle. like you really do. Nothing is for certain anymore. And so if you're not already on that side hustle thing, you kind of already messing up. Big truck driver. Hey, wow. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Fit at 50. Evening, gents. Let's expand our brother's channel more. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. QA, thank you for being first again. I appreciate you. Using Cash App seems to be the best direct connection to your community. Yeah, something else that I'm going to eventually do, and I haven't set it up yet, but one of the things is that I eventually need to do like an email capture. And the reason is because if anything happens with YouTube or anything happens where the channel goes down, then my subscribers being a part of the email capture, it allows us to be in communication as I decide to make new moves. Because I'm going to tell you that this ain't going to stop me. And this ain't going to stop the message. And this ain't going to stop us gents. Okay. So I appreciate that. Kids graduating high school with a 4th grade reading level. Yep. Adam, we're going to talk about it tonight. I seriously thought social media and only fools was raising these people. Bumble and Tinder are raising these kids. Yeah. V says, I watched some data on how passive scrolling is bad for the brain versus long-term content. And that's the killer, man. The killer is they're pushing the short-term content, which is suppressing the long-term content. If y'all notice something, I have shorts on this channel, but what you might notice is I don't push shorts, because what happened was when I was pushing shorts, it seemed that the long form content was getting less views, less traction. And then the type of people that's attracted to watch shorts regularly aren't necessarily attracted to watching long form content. And I'm okay with being known for being long form content because, part of this is creative for me as well. I love creating these videos. I know I haven't really been putting as much stuff in the video, talking about like the extras, but right now the topics are kind of serious, and so it hasn't left me a lot of time to be creative. We're going to be creative again. Summer is coming up. There's going to be so much to talk about. That's why you got to subscribe. More is coming. All right. Edward, what's going on? He says, what's up, people? What's up? XL Pro, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. He says, salute chat. Salute to you too, man. I made content a while back. The more technology advances, the dumber people become. Now people understand what I meant. Yep. Coaster Snobs, great to see you, man. We had the Dewey Decimal System. Bro, say that for the cheap seats. The Dewey Decimal System. You know what's crazy? I haven't been to a library in so long. I couldn't tell you how to use it. But I think that it wouldn't take me long. It wouldn't take anybody who's used it long to figure out how to use it. Because you go to the little card catalog, you see the number, then you know the section to go to, and then you look on the spine of the book, and then you find the Dewey Decimal number on there. You know what I mean? She probably looked at you like encyclopedia. Me and my woman talked about encyclopedias the other night, man. We was like, yo, that was the way, yeah. Oh, you talk about me and my daughter. Yeah. I talked about that too. I said, like, the encyclopedia is where you got your knowledge. And looking at it now is like, shit, man. Anybody can manipulate that knowledge or leave out knowledge in an encyclopedia, even though that was where we got the basis of our knowledge, man. It's crazy. All right. Oh, damn. Y'all have way too many, I apologize. Y'all got way too many comments right now. Let's get into the thing. Again, I don't want to hold y'all up too long. Thank you for everybody being here. I do have some clips for y'all. Let's get into it. And I'll get back to the comments here in a little bit. All right, first video tonight. Now, y'all know on here we've been talking about these proms. Or if we haven't talked about it here, we've also been talking about it. We did a video on it on Partners in Crime. Make sure I go over there and subscribe, okay? Partners in Crime, we talked about these hood proms. And there was a couple of people that like, yeah, man, this shit is getting out of control. And there was some people like, man, they shouldn't be calling our proms hood. And it's like, well, why do kids need to do all this extravagant stuff? What is that teaching them? It's not, what is being flashy teaching them? Being flashy is why we're in part of the problems that we're in now. because everybody's looking just to get flashy and they're not thinking ahead. They're playing checkers, they're not playing chess. And that's a problem. So this video clip that came across my feed is kind of interesting. Check this out.
Parents, are we raising the next generation of Bonnie and Clydes?
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear that, please.
Because why would you think sending your kids to prom with pew-pews on them is such a great idea? It's not safe. It's a lot of things. It's traumatizing. Like, why would you bring that to prom? No one else has any. So why do you have it? What are you trying to stay safe from?
Thank you,
This
President.
is how we build a world of gangsters. Gangsters and oak boys. Y'all know what I want to say. And I don't think anything is cute about it. Do y'all? Do y'all think this is cute? Here's another one that decided to bring one with her, and she actually got expelled from her school. She lost her scholarship to TSU. According to her mother, she was on the dean's list. She can't even walk for graduate. They expelled her. Now I'm wondering, did they let this couple into the prom? Because I'm not sure if they let them in or not. Maybe I'm just reaching. Maybe I'm old
Thank you, Edward.
fashioned. Y'all let me know. Is this acceptable
Hell no, it's not
at a
acceptable.
high school prom or not?
Let me say something, man. Shout out to this woman right here. Shout out to this woman right here for bringing this and exposing this. Because what's crazy is, why did they think this is okay? Like, I need everybody to understand that we live in this time where these, mass pew pew events are happening, and you up here posing with these weapons. That don't make me feel safe. And I definitely, for sure, when I'm seeing those pictures, I wouldn't want to go to no prom with people that might have them in their car, or if something goes sideways, these people got literally weapons of destruction in their car. These kids are more worried about what they look like going to prom. And this, I didn't even know about these pew pew proms, right? Pew pew proms. I didn't know about these pew pew proms, okay? I didn't. And that makes me feel even worse about what we've been talking about. When we're talking about the proms and you have people like, well, what? Let them kids be kids. What are you talking about? This is not kids being kids. What do they need that there for? And if it's that unsafe that you got to bring some of them, let's just say you're bringing it for protection, then that's a place that you don't need to go. Why don't we teach our kids that? Hey, if you go into places that ain't safe, you have to evaluate whether you really need to be there or not. And the answer to a prom is no. Right? Encyclopedia Britannica. Right? So this is crazy, man. And this is exactly a problem. They're so quick to pull a pew pew, but can't fight worth a shit. That's true. They are using the kids' prom as a reflection of their own marriage, wedding, not the kids. Yeah. You all talking about encyclopedias and Dewey Decimals. I'm laughing my ass off back here. We are raising a generation of Beavises and Buttheads. That is true. And then QA says, what in the world is going on? I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah. PPP proms. Yeah. Right. Shout out to you, Remy. Thank you for being here. Our boss says our generation is going to skip another generation before we can have hope. Yeah, we're going to be old by the time. We're going to be real old. I've been told ever since Florida passed constitutional carry, there are kids walking around with backpacks full of them. Well, you know what? I don't want to get too deep in this because it's past the subject, but Edward, can we blame these kids in that state? Think about it, right? When I believe it was Florida where, you had George Zimmerman, right? Take down Trayvon Martin. Was it Trayvon Martin in Florida? He had a hoodie on and he got followed. Now that kid would be in jail for the rest of his life. He had a pew pew on him, and he felt threatened for his life, but it wouldn't matter. But at least he'd be alive, So I really don't know what to say. 7D chess, yeah. We're past 3D, 4D. We need to be on that 7D chess, yes. Can't fight with words or hands. Yeah, no. That Remy, you on point with that one. Damn, that is off the top turnbuckle. All right, let me set up the next video. So Zimmerman was in Florida. Okay, yeah. So the fact that you might have kids carrying now in Florida, that kind of don't shock me. I wouldn't like it. I don't think that that's the way it should be. But when you got George Zimmers and you got these people out there that are looking to start something, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Go look it up in the news if you got a moment while you listening. But right where I go to the gym at and go shopping at, there was just a pew pew event. So the dude goes up in there, up into the store that I shop in. His ex-wife was in there with her new husband, and the dude pew pewed both of them. And guess who stopped this dude? It was two black dudes stopped this dude from potentially carrying out even worse, carrying out more pew pew events on other people. This shit just happened yesterday. I went to the gym today, and you can look across the lot over at the supermarket, and there was a few cars in there, but it looked like it might have been shut down. Point being is, people are wound up tight. Let me just say this, aside from the live stream, y'all be safe out there. So I'm gonna tell you right now, like, the news is showing a very disturbing pattern. And the disturbing pattern is that people are just they're just ready to pop. They're just looking for a reason. Like, there's a woman who got pew-pewed here because of a road rage thing, and the dude followed her home after they got into a dispute, and then he pew-pew. Right? So just so y'all know, just be careful out there. I get it. That's why I don't go to Florida anymore. I used to love going to Florida. I don't go there either, man. Anyone black needs to look at the laws being passed in Florida before they go there. Yeah, I'm done. I lived in Florida for about 6 months. I don't need to go back. I'm good. Stand your ground doesn't apply to black people in Florida. Only white people get to use the term. Yep. Always the saying for tourists: come on vacation, leave on probation, return on violation. That's crazy. Yeah. I heard a theory that because blacks don't have coming of age events like quinceañeras or bar mitzvahs, the prom has become the substitute. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. But again, yeah, I guess so. Black men need to create our own tradition when a boy hits puberty. Yeah. But the thing is, we can't get our boys to do that. V, I want y'all to keep this in mind. Everybody who's watching right now, keep this in mind, because Friday's video, we talked about the children and what they, them not being able to learn. We're going to have a deeper conversation on Friday about men, boys, young men, right? It's a talk about us gents and talking to the youth. Okay. So I have some clips. I have some clips of dudes who are in jail saying, hey, don't come this way. Don't be me in this situation. And so I've been trying to take the conversation there. Okay. So Friday's video. Thank you for that, V, because that's where we're going. One last, I'll get a couple more. I live in Georgia and I ride around with a level 3 body armor and artillery. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Is Florida hot like that? Man, Florida ain't the same Florida no more. I'm serious. As soon as women hit puberty, they lose their V. Yep. All right, let's get to the next video clip. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all too late tonight.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Good evening, motherfuckers.
Now, I don't know if y'all saw this video. I think P might have sent me this video. Somebody sent me this. This could be King could have sent it. P could have sent it. I have no clue because I've watched so many videos this week, okay? I have no clue. So I apologize if I don't know who sent this to me, but check this out.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Good evening, motherfuckers. I need y'all to watch this video. Now, allegedly, this is a video of a baby mama acting a fucking fool at her child's graduation. Watch this shit.
Get up and leave, Mike. Get up, leave. Get up and leave, Mike. Leave. Because you're not supposed to be here.
No. Just let him.
My dude, why she got her finger pointing in his face like that?
Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. I don't give a fuck. I got big balls. Big balls. Get up out of here. 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 Get up out of here.
Chill. Please chill. Chill.
Let me go.
Look at this. They cheering. Look, she is fighting the police. Look at this. You so hard, they fight you. You fight you. She is fighting the police.
Girl, oh my God. Some of y'all be too mad at these men because you are that mad. And if y'all listen to the audio, it literally said he had a ticket to get in. You're that mad that not only would you embarrass your child,
Right?
but bitch, you're going to jail.
Right.
Jail. And not only are you going to get a charge for hitting your baby daddy,
But assaulting police
bitch,
officers.
they about to get you with hitting the police and resisting arrest. All because that man showed up to
See
a
his kid.
graduation for his kid, allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's on me. What do y'all think about this? Leave me a comment.
I mean, let me. This woman is fighting the cops. How are you that mad about your kid's dad coming to see their kid? How come y'all don't have, ladies talking to y'all, how come some of y'all don't have enough self-control to just make it through the event peacefully? Why can't you just let that be? These emotional tantrums that these women are going through right now, they are the behaviors of grown people who were kids that never had nobody check them. I've showed y'all the clips of women teaching their girls, teaching the young girls how to just have attitude. That's why nobody want to date none of y'all. Because that's your behaviors. That's what people now associate this behavior with y'all. Oh, see, what happens. You let them up in here. And y'all don't care. And that's what y'all say. I don't give a shit what nobody think. What nobody say. You should. Because that's embarrassing. All your little friends and your teachers, you just trying to make it and enjoy the day. And these women right here, these are the ones who are raising the kids today. I'm not done. I'm going to catch a couple of these comments. We'll move on. A hard head make a soft ass. They won't last, all right? Unfortunately, our coming-of-age stories of surviving death, drugs, pregnancy, jail, and government control. Man, they don't even know. I try to tell my kids, I was like, I didn't have a bad childhood, but I will say it wasn't easy either. You know, my kid's like, I thought you had a bad childhood. I was like, no. Yeah, we went without sometimes. You know, we had to worry about getting kicked out and all kind of shit I had to worry about. Lights getting cut off, turning the meter around, getting that little tool so you can turn on the water at night and turn it off during the day. Oh yeah. I've been through that. But all it did was make me a better man. It just made me a more appreciative of having lights and having water and having my own place and having clothes on my back. I walk away from other people's drama. I will defend myself by any means necessary, backed in the corner. And that's the way you should do it. Uptight like a mother. Yeah. Yeah. She's acting like she the one graduating. No, she acting like she the one just failed. How embarrassing as a culture. Yeah, man, it is embarrassing. Deliver us from diva. Christopher, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. This is exactly why men don't want to be fathers anymore, because of women like this. Yeah. And I mean, like, obviously, you know, like, yeah, you got to watch. See, young men, any young men watching, let me tell y'all something, man. This is how you got to be careful who you lay down with, because, yeah, you might get you some nook. But then you got to worry about, hey, that could be your baby mama for at least 18 years. And that's if you the daddy. Stored too much of it. That's crazy. No home training. Nope. Trading a father's love for his love of his kids to catching a case. Embarrassment is in the same day as wild work. Yes, it is. Seems to be a combination of mumble prankster rappers, baby daddy hating moms, and glorification of Scarface. Shout out to you, Amin. Great to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. A lot of black mothers treat their kids like their own, like they own them. Yeah. Notice when they get mad at the father, they're quick to say that that's my child, not our child. Edward, I've been there. I hear that shit. I still hear that shit every now and again. Even though I would say that I have it a little bit more peaceful than a lot of other fathers, but that's only because 2/3 of my kids are adults right now, right? 2/3 of my kids are adults. If you count my stepson, 3/4, right? So, you know, I'll take those numbers. You know what I mean? I got one more. He got 2 years to go. So glad this won't be happening when I watch my baby graduate this weekend. Remy, good luck to you. I'm so glad you ain't got to go through it either, man. And congratulations on that, for real. They violent as hell. All hat, no cattle. Yep. Young Hazrat, what's going on, baby? What's up, Shaun? Back in the States, I want to say that society has told these women to never keep quiet and never resist expressing their emotions and expressing themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shout out to you, man, on your adventures there, man. Thank you for coming through. Forever blessed. Shout out to you. He says salute and blessings to you, brother in that TSG. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, forever blessed. Same to you as well. Thank you so much. Definitely, Adam, defend yourself at all times. Yep. She acting like she the one that just failed. KO. They would have put a man in the dirt. Say that for the cheap seats, V. All right, I'm gonna catch these last couple comments. Let's move on. Facts. Perforated. Yep. Digging the Superman t-shirt. Yeah. Man, shit. I'm surprised I haven't worn this more, but it's summer, so might be time to go buy some more. Maybe that's why Deion Sanders ran from his ex during his son's graduation. I can see that. All right, where we at on time? Okay. Now this next clip is just to show you. There's nothing special about this clip, but it's just to show you these women are glorifying having all these kids. Check it out.
All 5 of my baby daddies left, and thank the Lord because I can rack up on food stamps. Also lucked up and got some good baby daddies, so I get $1,000 per child. So thank you everyone for your tax dollars. I'm actually gonna have 5 more so I can continue to be Not rich. Only that, I literally have no goals to even be a wife or nothing in life, just a baby mama. So hi, if you made it this far. I'm Hazel Delantis and I'm a single mom to 5 kids, and I have a real job, barely get food stamps, literally only have 2 baby daddies. Who actually isn't present at all. But that's okay because we got a good life over here. I'm very used to the girls thinking they're better than me and the men shaming me. But for my supporters, I love you guys. Bye.
Okay, now she said, I actually just caught the last part myself. So I'm analyzing this in real time. Listen, she said that she don't have 5 baby daddies and she not doing all this stuff. But she still looked like she had 5 kids. And she said she have 2 baby daddies. Here's the thing. This is a problem. This is a problem. I get it. Oh, I love my babies. I get it, ladies. I get you love your kids. How don't you love yourself enough to have kids with men that you willing to work with, to be there for them kids? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to like bash at this point. I'm just generally not understanding the choices that y'all making right now. Because it don't make sense. So they think that creating wedlock babies is a flex. Yeah. You shamed yourself talking like you aren't the MNF and problem. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I just don't get it. And I get it. Okay, well, I was married and this. Y'all are so quick to worry about the marriage. Y'all so quick to worry about the nuptials. Y'all so quick to worry about the dress and the party and the ring and all the stuff. But you're not worried about whether or not you and that man have enough together to make it for those kids. Now, I'm stressing this on purpose. I'm stressing this because this part is very important. And it's going to be important when you all see how some of these women are with the kids. This woman here is making it seem like she's shown, right? If you look through, she's taking care of her kids. They smiling. They look happy, right? She getting them together. I mean, they're a little out of control right now. They kids though. But let me show you another example of why you need that structure around. Why fathers are important. Now, y'all remember the woman that we just seen that was acting an ass at the graduation, right? I think I got a video of a mom who's even worse than that. Or maybe that's the way the woman that got arrested, maybe that's the way she acts around her kids when the dad ain't there. Check it out.
After watching these videos I'm about to show you, I now understand why some of these kids act the way they act in 2026.
How the fuck with your grapefruit Mexican head ass just ask me for some noodles when your daddy just said we finna go out to eat?
Oh, he did.
I'll give your ass a damn doggy bag. Get your ass out my damn kitchen bag.
Talking about his head, you don't like the way he look. Where do you think he gets his head shape from?
Wake your ugly peanut head ass up. We don't sleep around here. This the military, mother.
God.
Wake up, ugly. Hey, wake your peanut head ass up.
Look at this, folks. I knew they was both real big. I knew it. Look how this Joker's eating. I bet she can barely read that. What is that, a Dr. Seuss book?
Can you help me with this?
I'm not helping you with shit. That's what the fuck you go to school for.
Mama, you supposed to help me too.
I don't give a f. Throw that shit away.
This your man. Look at this. See,
pussy man.
what did I tell y'all, folks, who a lot of these women find to screw and mate with, make babies with? Look at the quality of men.
Layla.
I know some people gonna say, oh, it's just satire, Guru. They just having fun with all this cussing and shit too.
One thing about me and 2 things for sure. This how I know y'all don't know me.
Look at that head.
Because when I get my tax money, a lot of my children say I'm broke. And then when they go to school, I'm gonna spend it.
Whoo. Woo. Jesus, this was a hard one to get through. There was so much wrong in that video. So much wrong. Let me back up to see. First of all, it reminds me of the video that I showed you all once where the mama said that she got rid of their daddy because the dad was trying to put structure around the family because they were eating too much, they were getting bigger. And she said, we got rid of the dad because he was trying to stop the kids from enjoying themselves eating. And then them kids ended up like you know those what is it, 600-pound life, 500-pound life. That's how those kids ended up. They ran the dad off, and then those kids both got big and could barely wipe their own ass. No structure. Notice one thing is that woman is just as loud in her house, probably just as loud as the woman that was arguing at the graduation. These women are like hammers. And in that house, everything is a nail. The only tool that they have in a toolbox is to spoil their kids or yell at them. That's it. You basically yelling at this dude, you act in a certain type of way, and he gonna love his mama until he don't. There's a thin line between love and hate. But then it makes sense when you fast forward, and then he got draws on his head. He probably don't respect women at all. He don't have any respect for women. You know, y'all talk about we hate y'all. And from all the dudes I talk about, like, they don't really hate y'all. They hate y'all goddamn behaviors. But the dudes that hate y'all is the ones y'all lay down with. Y'all sleep with, have kids with, birth for dudes that love their mom but hate women because they secretly hate their own moms. But that's who y'all like. Because they're almost bred to put up. They're bred to put up with you talking down to him and yelling at him. And then you demeaning him. How is he going to respect women when he's older? Fast forward right here. This kid sleeping on the floor, if y'all can see it. And she said, this is boot camp. Let me tell y'all something. I've trained over 2,000 sailors in my time. I was an instructor. And in my last assignment, at any given time, I had anywhere from 150 to 200 people working for me. All right? I've had a lot of people work for me, and they came to me. Okay? You don't just yell to yell. There's a purpose. What is he learning? What are you teaching him? What's the lesson? He's a young kid. You don't just yell at him. You first try to rationalize with the kid. You give the kid a benefit of the doubt of intelligence. If your kids show any type of intelligence, then don't baby them. You make them rationalize and think out. That's part of the problem why these kids can't read. They don't have reading comprehension skills, nor do they have just like the ability to critically assess anything. Oh, well, that makes sense. If I do this, then maybe that's to be it. They don't have the cognitive ability to critically assess their situations, especially if the only thing you know how to do is yell at these kids. I'm sorry I'm stuck on this one, but this was a lot wrong with this. Look at these kids. Seriously. And this one here, licking the plate. Look at this. But you want, wait. These be the same women, gents. Check it out. Tell me why these be the same women later that be telling you they want to go to Ruth's Chris, that they can't go to Cheesecake Factory. Yet you at home licking the plate like a damn dog. Why I'm going to take your ass out somewhere and you're going to embarrass me? What the hell is going on? There was another part I want y'all, right here, this part here. Jesus Christ. I'm going to play this part again. Ziggy, office off.
Okay.
It's going to kick on one more time, but I want to play this part one more time. I need a second, y'all. Just like I'm so fucking angry. I'm so furious right now.
I bet she can barely read that. What is that, a Dr. Seuss book?
Can you help me with this?
I'm not helping you with shit. That's what the fuck you go to school for.
Listen to what this little boy about to say.
You supposed to help me too.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm so fucking pissed right now. Mama, can you help me with this? That's what you're supposed to go to school for. They ain't teaching our kids in school. I just showed y'all the video the other day how these kids can't read. And you got mama saying, that's what you're supposed to go to school for? It's because what I'm going to show y'all later, these women can't read either. Yet they're going to tell you that you're not good enough and you're not on their level. Now, obviously, there's a different example than some of the women that's saying this shit. But hell, we got doctors, you know, these supposedly gorgeous doctors who ain't really even doctors. Just lying about the credentials now. Oh, we're the most educated. I could swore she was on there talking about women being educated in another video. Talking about Dr. Bryant. Dr. Bryant. These women are ready to throw shade at men, but they're not teaching their kids shit. I love what the little young man said, because he knew. He knew.
Mama, you supposed to help me too.
I don't give a fuck.
Mama, you supposed to help me too. I don't give a fuck. I can't even talk about this shit no more. She couldn't help her son read. Let me show you something else. That's right. Shout out to my big bro here. You have to be careful who you have children with. Absolutely. That's why I'm going to show y'all this. Because you might look at the last woman and you might be inclined to say, well, Shaun. Yeah, I wouldn't lay down with her neither. Somebody is. I'm going to show you these women that look like this. They look like this. She got her toes done, her nails done. She got the nice purse. She got the cleave. The cleave is cleaving. Check this out. Y'all remember that video I showed y'all where the little high school girls couldn't read? Check this out.
Read the index card.
The dog's unwearing loyalty, exemplified and unreciprocated emotional dependency.
Okay. Yeah. What's that mean?
It means, I don't know.
Read the index card.
The dog's unwavering loyalty, exemplified, and unreciprocated emotional dependency.
What does that mean?
Exemplified means like, is that even a word?
That woman said, "Is that even a word?" Check out this dude. Check out check out old Texas Slim Shady. Check this out.
The index card.
All right, got you. The cologne? Is it cologne? The cologne asked the choir to, oh my fucking God, accommodate the governor's schedule.
What's that mean?
Hell if I know, brother.
Read the index card.
She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary out somewhat gauche.
That was pretty much the same card that those little kids were reading, and we have adults that are struggling to read too. Now, I've already told y'all in the last video that more than half of Americans read at like a 6th grade level. And that's a failure. It's a failure of the system. But the system wanted it that way. You ain't heard you heard about No Child Left Behind, and then shit getting bad since then. You know, when we were younger, it was all this push on education. I believe the children are our future, right? And it was all these programs and shit. And you had Book It. Y'all remember Book It? Book It was associated with Pizza Hut, and you had to read so many books, and you got a free pan pizza or something if you read so many books. See, there was a time when there was a push for education. And then people realized, yeah, this system ain't working. We got too many smart people. Yeah, it was an operational push. This is just sad. Okay, I got a complex. I grew up during sight reading and had issues for years. Teacher had me stand up in 1st grade, first mistake, class laughs, and I'm in trouble for telling them to shut up. Oh man, that sucks. I learned phonetic reading in my 20s. Listen, I'm not trying to sit here and diss anybody's reading that's watching this. I'm trying to tell you that why is our kids suffering for our lack of being able to, know things? Understand what I mean by that. What I mean is if we have any reading problems, then we should be making damn sure that our kids don't have reading problems. Yet, Gen Z, which I showed y'all what the professor says, Gen Z is doing worse academically than the generations before them. They're struggling. Every generation has been doing better than the previous generation except the new generations. And that's not all their fault. But again, when you have all this knowledge and technology and people are choosing to you ready for the club, but you can't read, you're going to tell me that I'm treating you right, treating you like a gentleman, taking you out somewhere nice, even if it is Cheesecake Factory, and you telling me that I'm lame because I'm taking you to Cheesecake Factory, but your ass can't read. Make that make sense. It's funny because the requirements that these women have for us is so high. And these women want to say that they don't need a man, that men aren't necessary. But something that I haven't said on this channel, but I've been thinking it the whole time that I've had this channel, is that the majority of women are like this woman right here. And I'm not trying to diss this woman individually, but the point I'm trying to make is most women, there goes the second time there, Ziggy, office off.
Okay.
Most women ain't trying to be men. Most women want to get by on being women or want to get by on their femininity, They want to get by for being a woman. They're okay with it. They love the privilege. Don't get it twisted. These women love the privilege of being a woman. They love the ability to be able to manipulate and control these situations. They don't love it long term, but they're getting addicted to it. And just like P and I have been talking about on Partners in Crime, they're trying to run our playbook. As these women start acting more and more masculine, more and more like us, they're running the same plays. What do I always say? They are acting like the men that they claimed that they hated. They're acting just like those same men, or they're acting like us. So that brings us into the second part of our video. I'm gonna probably run through these a little quicker, and then we'll start talking about this. But again, I don't want to keep you all too late tonight. So we talked about the educational piece. We've seen how they are around our kids. I showed you that last clip to show that these adults aren't reading properly. And so now I'm just going to show you a few extra clips that I have to show that when you're out and you are dealing with these women, these are the same women. These are the potential future mothers. And you have to think of it as such. I'm not saying you have to think of that person as a wife when you talk to them. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that whenever we decide now, especially here in the States, when we decide that we're going to give our time to these women, and especially if we're going to lay down with these women, we have to be thinking about, we have to really be trying the spirits, because these women are demons, right? Check it out. This is one of these she demons right here.
I cannot stand when a guy comes up to me and tries to tell me his feelings and open up to me. And I already know y'all gonna be like, this is why, man. No, I don't care. I don't care. I put this showed up and I dropped him. Because I never cared about a man crying. You guys will literally open up to and be like, so this is what happened in my past. Baby, I actually don't care. Like, whenever a guy tells me about his past, I genuinely associate that with him wanting to be done dirty. Like, you're willingly telling me everything that all your trauma, like I am shiesty. I'm going to use that against you. I'm going to use that in you against an argument. Don't tell me about your issues, because I will use that.
It's a telling a woman how you feel is like bleeding in front of a shark. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't tell women how I really feel or deep, dark secrets. And I had one get mad at me. Like, she just started trying to be my therapist out of nowhere. Like, just start giving me stuff. Said, I got dad issues. She just started projecting. She definitely had them. She definitely had abandonment issue. Just start giving me what she got, because I ain't open up. It's no point.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and this is the advice that I have for any gents that are listening. You never really open up fully in the beginning. I know that we want to, and I'm not saying you don't open up a little bit, because you got to give them something. You don't open up at all. If you don't have trauma and you don't open up at all, then that's a whole nother problem. And then again, like, I know how, like, in some instances, women don't like that shit because you seem mysterious. But if you don't give them enough, then it's like, then you're kind of creepy. See what I'm saying? It's a delicate balance. And honestly, though, given what we've seen and given what we see, like, don't be telling a woman your deep, dark secrets and shit, and you just met her and you only known her for 2 weeks. That take years I'm not saying years and years, but I'm saying that takes some time. She has to show you. You have to make sure that when she's in the situation to deal and understand those type of things, how does she deal with it? You don't just trust her with your feelings before knowing how she deal with other people's feelings, how she deal with her own feelings. You don't trust her with that shit if she don't have a sense empathy. This woman has no empathy. This young lady has no empathy. And you can't tell me that if you were talking to her, you can't tell that off the jump. And if you can't, that means you ain't ready. If you start talking to this young lady and you can't tell she devoid of empathy, if you can't read it in her eyes and in her actions, in the way she talked to you, and you're going to open up, it's like bleeding in front of a shark. It is. And she told you. And ladies, let me tell you something. Well, that's not me and that's not the way I operate. Okay. But she said something just now in this video that even I've seen good, quote unquote, good women do. You open up and you tell, your woman something that you thought that you was able to open up with, even when your woman know you, sometimes they'll take what you say and they'll use that shit against you. I'm going to tell you right now, God is my witness. All right? If that shit happened to me, I'm fucking done. You know what I mean? Because I've had that shit happen. And it's not a good feeling. And all I did the last time it happened, I just shook my head. I was like, okay. All right. You use anything I tell you against me, God help you. God help you. Because the last time that shit happened, I went on a tear, okay? I didn't give a fuck. I burned a lot of relationships. I really did. I just didn't care. I didn't care who I hurt. And it was easy. I can't believe how easy it was. When I get hurt, it's so easy. Like no empathy, zero. Shaun with zero empathy is dangerous. Because I ain't gonna give a shit. It just fueled me to be the worst side of me. So that's why you don't do it. Because one person shouldn't be able to take you off of your mission. One person shouldn't be able to take you off your purpose. The best thing that I've learned from being older is just better just to walk away. It is. For your own peace, for your own sanity. It's not worth it. It's not even worth it to try to burn, just like I'm going to burn it all down. It's not even worth doing that. Just move on. Fam, I remember that crazy broad. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't be caring. The emotions you feed determines your mindset. Yeah. Yeah, that's just leave them be. Yeah. Feed the positive and starve the negative. Listen, I'll tell you, the feeding of the negative eventually led to me getting into my car accident. So here we are, this will be year 12 since the accident. Right now we're year, 11 and a half. But the point is, let's just say that all the stuff culminated and I thought I had it under control until I didn't. And then I decided to play chicken with a bus with my SUV. So now I just rather not even play those games. I'm just out. And I'm okay. I'll be okay. That's what I've learned. I've learned just I'm okay. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So I'm going to show you another one of these ratchet women.
Dude, leave me then. Leave me and see what happens. Literally, if you leave me, there are 20 other dudes waiting outside of the door to be with me. You want to sit here and act like I'm not the prize. Dude, I'm perfect. Every single person in this world wants to be with me. They would die to be with me. And you're sitting here talking about you're going to leave me, you're going to leave me. Do it. Do.
So I tell you right there, gents, right here. You leave. Don't sit here and if she has this mindset, don't ever, God, let me put myself back up on screen. If I could tell y'all anything, don't ever feel like you got to stay in that shit. Don't feel like you got to stay. First of all, don't put yourself in a situation where you can't leave either. Okay? You staying with a woman and she helping you out and you ain't got much. Don't put yourself in a situation where you can't leave. That you can't take care of yourself and stand on your own 2 feet. Because then she's really going to have this attitude like, what you going to do? Where you going to go? This is the same thing that women complained about in the past, was it not? Men trying to control us. You know, I can't leave because he got me stuck. These are all the shit that I remember from back in the day that women complained about men. That these men were controlling and manipulating them and wouldn't let them leave. And it was abusive. If you get to this situation, just leave. There's no sense in staying. Now check it out. Let me show you how much of a narcissist this young lady is.
Me a favor.
Dude, all of this because I caught you cheating with your ex and I asked you to unfollow them.
Dude, I don't care. It's not my fault that everybody wants me. It's literally not my fault.
Here's what most guys miss. She's counting on the fact that he doesn't have any options. And that's the real problem. When a man doesn't have abundance in his dating life, he will tolerate anything and he'll put up with a whole lot of bullshit. And that goes for cheating, disrespect, because deep down, he believes that she is his whole world.
Listen, this man is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You only going to stay around for that when you feel like you don't have other options. You get to the point with a woman that you feel like, well, this woman is my whole world. And listen, your woman is your world. But as soon as she stops being that, you move on. I hate to bring up this Marvel reference, but, you know, Marvel, they talk about the incursions. This situation right here is an incursion. And if you know anything about the Marvel comics, when those incursions happens, the heroes and the villains of those worlds try to destroy the other world first so that their world can survive. Let me tell you something. When you have an incursion like this, destroy her world. Just destroy that shit so that you have a chance to move on. All right? Check this out.
It ain't tricking if you got it. Y'all gotta step your game up. These niggas are out here paying for it. It ain't drinking if you without getting it.
Is he still standing right here?
He's still there. He ain't went nowhere.
I don't think we should be outside together.
That ass got him in a hypnosis.
That's a hard laugh.
I got one more taco. Let me finish this last taco and then we can take a report. I was gonna buy a bottle, but Jesus said no. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. They just said what? The Dykes been arguing all night.
Let me tell y'all something. Stop buying these women drinks out there. Stop doing it. Stop thinking that stop leading with your wallet. If you lead with your wallet, that's what they're going to expect. So these women up here filming and talking shit about the dude right in front of his face. He done bought them something, either food or a drink or whatever the heck they bought. And they talking bad about him. And what did she say? Listen.
It ain't tricking if you got it. Y'all gotta step your game up. These niggas are out here paying for it.
It ain't drinking it
without getting it.
I told y'all one of the biggest problems that's affecting dating a relationship right now is the simp. Dudes simping over these women is why they can continue to behave this way, because their actions have no consequences. There's no consequences for her actions. So the thing about it is, here it is, you going ahead, you paying for her food, her drinks and stuff like that, and she ain't gonna even go home with you. All she said was thank you, all right. And they ignore you. Been there before, bought a girl a drink, thinking that we was talking and we wasn't, okay. You know? At that point, you're like, all right. And then women wonder why dudes are like, yeah, I ain't about to get you shit. I've told women that straight to the face. I ain't about to buy you shit. So why don't you get me a drink? Oh, no, well, men's supposed to buy women drink. I said, what rule was that? Well, your mama was supposed to teach you that. Oh, no, my mama ain't taught me that lesson. My mama ain't taught me that lesson. My mama said, don't be a fool. Hell, if you were truly interested in me, you would want to get me to drink. And then she'd be like, well, bye. Okay, bye. I've been there before. Shit, I've been devious enough that I just talk to the woman right next to her. I don't even give a shit. I'll talk to the woman right next to her. And then talk shit. Be like, man, can you believe that? What happened to people just being, what happened to common courtesy? You ain't like that, is you? It didn't make her feel shamed on the spot for the last woman. Come on. Mess with your boy. Let me show you why you don't want to be buying their shit. Watch what they say.
And I've been putting him on a ringer. He ain't cracked yet. So how the nigga that actually is doing shit for like courting me and shit ain't cracked, but the nigga I hang out with one day crack? Like, that's embarrassing.
There you go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
You just gotta let people talk, and they'll just tell on themselves. Like, so you basically saying you let him crack. You ain't let the nigga that is, and this is what really happens in real life.
Yes.
The nigga that be doing this for the bitch, head over heels, splurging, tricking, never cracked. It's the one cool nigga that just be chilling, vibing, don't gotta do much. Y'all let crack. And then y'all get mad when they really not fucking with you. That's what it is. That's why she's mad. The nigga you really want don't really want you. He just wanted to crack. And the nigga that you don't want is doing all this shit for you. That's why you ain't let him crack. Just say that. Just say that.
I got to get that sound effect. I seriously do. Listen, I showed y'all those two clips back to back. You see how these women talk about you behind your back. I did not mean to make that rhyme. I really didn't. I'm just saying, do not simp for these women. Do not be buying them drinks. If you gotta spend a bunch of money to get a girl to give you attention or like you or whatever, then she don't like you. Period. Ain't no woman that like you complaining about going to Cheesecake Factory. Not one. Me and Pete talked about this on Partners in Crime, and I'm gonna tell you, we were sitting there like, we ain't never had to do extra to get no woman. We ain't never had to do a bunch of extra to get a woman. I'm not saying we ain't did some stuff. I ain't saying I ain't never bought no drinks or nothing like that. I'm saying like, I ain't never had to go like completely out of my way and trick and spend to get a woman. Never had. That's one thing You know, I'm glad I got my woman now, but I'm saying, man, blessed. I'm blessed. You know, blessed. Now they get me when they get me when they get me in the marriage. They get me down the line. They try to take my boy out during commitment phase. All these raggedy he-yas, heifers, and hooly-hoos. Where we at? Where we at on this? Where my media?
Trick ass, pump bitches, and skip skanks, and scallywag. Hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hooly-hoos.
That's right. They get me later on, gents. Don't go down bad like I did. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all comments. We're gonna talk through it. Let me go ahead and catch this last video of the last video I got.
Fellas, I'm sick of it. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot make these women happy at all. Because if you don't got a job, she gonna leave you. If you got a job and you work too much, she gonna leave you. If you don't have nothing, she's gonna leave you. If you're trying to build something, she's gonna leave you. Women are only with men because of the convenience or maybe even the idea of having a man. Okay? Yeah. Women, they don't want to sacrifice nothing. No. They don't want no responsibility for nothing. They don't want to go 60-40. They don't want to go 40-60. They don't want to go 50-50. They don't want to do nothing. All they want is the benefit of a king. But they do not want to have the patience and do what it takes to help him build the kingdom. So this is where you need to wake up. You need to realize what type of women that you're dealing with and go get you a woman that believes in your dream.
Yes. You know what? Shout out to this young lady because she's absolutely correct. What do I talk about here on this channel all the time? I talk about men being on their purpose. If she's not willing to follow your purpose that you've thought out, that you've planned out, that you're working on actively, when you show her the vision, if she don't see the vision, how's she gonna help you out? You show her the vision and she don't get it, then why are you with her? It's a waste of your time. You're wasting time. Was she pretty? Okay, man. Pretty ain't everything, man. Oh, she's just sweet. Okay, but y'all ain't on the same page. Even some of the sweetest women will turn into complete bees if y'all not on the same page. You know, the Bible talks about being equally yoked. And a lot of the times we find ourselves not equally yoked with the people we want the most. Sometimes you find out that the love of your life is the one that really got you and holding you down. At the end of the day, we're going to get old. And a lot of us that's watching right now is getting older. We older. Okay, let's just call it what it is. We grown-ass men. We don't have time for the games no more. Them days are behind us. So we don't have time to be sitting here playing these games, man. Soon as you know, man, that's off. That shit, this won't work. Soon as you have a twinge of that, let it go. I think you gotta let it go. Gotta let that thing go. Right, exactly. Go where you are appreciated, not tolerated. Absolutely, man. There's grandma teaching out that Bible, equally yoked. Yeah, that's right, big fam. Equally yoked, baby. Austin Howman just did a video talking about even in Africa, he can't date American women. Yeah, no, I can believe that. I created a life overseas away from all the drama back home. Yes, you did, man. I'm happy for you, Adam. Shout out to you. Gentlemen, wake up. Stop sleeping on these she demons before they put you to sleep. That's right. Fuck. Yeah, I need to get that one. I need that sound effect in my life. See, when I had TikTok, man, it was easy to find them sound effects. But tricking ain't the route, especially when you got it. There's a method to you holding it when they can't do without it. That's right. That's the word right there, baby. Thanks, big fan, for that one. People still trying to thrive in a toxic wasteland. Exactly. No shiz, you think? Oh, brother. Yeah. I'm married with no regrets. Yep. I'm happy for you, Adam. Seriously. If she likes you, she likes you. If she don't, oh well. Yeah, you gotta be willing to move on. Mama said life is like a box of chocolate. I gotta say that right. V. Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. Do blame the women or men chasing her? You know, I still blame women for their choice in men. But when you make a conscious effort to allow somebody in your space that's on you, we're not going to listen, gents. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to get it right all the time. The most important thing to do is to learn from it. Trust me, the last few people I dated, I learned some valuable lessons. And it wasn't like the most horrible shit I've ever been through. It was just realizing tweaks, right? Like, yeah, I used to like this in somebody, but I don't like that no more. Or this person is cool, but that just ain't right no more for what I'm trying to do. Or you can see that this woman has a long-term agenda for you, which means that she's not on my plan. That means I'm on her plan. That got to end. Hell, like I said, I told y'all, I was dating this Costa Rican chick. I mean, bad chick, right? And I straight up just said, look, we got to break up. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm not happy. I said, before I met you, I was happy. I said, I'm not happy no more. And I was like, I worked a long time to get to the point that I was happy. And so this ain't going to work. And then she was just like, well, just so you know, everybody I've ever talked to wound up calling me back. And I said, just so you know, when I break up with somebody, I don't typically get back with them. I don't go backwards. I don't do that. I don't go backwards. I don't believe in going backwards because there's a reason you broke up with that person. And then I had a woman say, well, can't people change? Absolutely. But I said, the thing that I've learned, this is true for me. It don't have to be true for any of you all. I'm just saying. People revert back to who they are when they're the most comfortable. What I mean is, when I go home to New Orleans, I don't have an accent right now. Some people still say I do have a little bit, but I don't have an accent. But when I'm home for 3 days and I didn't talk to my people and hung out with my friends, that accent come back. You revert a little bit back to who you are when you're comfortable. So you take a woman back that it's like, okay, it's different now, but eventually you'll settle into some of the same habits, especially if no real work has been done. Or you've done the work and she ain't done the work, or she's done the work and you ain't done the work. You're going to fall back into old habits because you're going to say, well, this is familiar. But there's a reason you broke up. And that's the thing people miss. Don't forget to buy a car, especially when it has 150K mileage. Old pros, yeah. I almost put an old pro in this video, but I said it didn't fit for what we were talking about. Oh, don't go to places that deals with secondhand goods. Shut her timeline down, erase it. Yeah. I don't think my ex liked my increased options after losing 130 pounds in 6 months. Nah, they don't like that. The thing she doesn't understand is I don't want it. Exactly. He's a sucker for that. Yeah, paying for her shit. Yeah. The Happy Meal isn't worth the price. This is why Papa was a Rolling Stone. Yeah. But tricking ain't the rap, especially if you got it. Exactly. Let me go back to what Big Fam said. Big Fam made a point twice. He said it ain't tricking if you got it. But if you got it, you ain't got a trick. It ain't tricking if you got it. But if you got it, you don't have to trick. Understand? So, chick like I am the table. All right, let's see what else we got and we'll get up out of here. Yep, seek more fertile grounds even if it requires a passport. I agree. Don't typo. Oh, okay. Even if it don't require a passport, yeah. They are both to blame. Yep. Exactly, brother homie. You attract what your energy gives. Exactly. Monet, hey, thanks for the live. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I think we're gonna have another live next week. The 20th. Yeah. So next week will be the last live of the month. And I'll be leaving out of town the week after that. Many modern women, modern Western countries are facing similar problems. Yes, absolutely. You also revert to who you are when you're stressed. Yes. Yes, because when you're stressed, you revert to where you're comfortable at to try to deal with that stress. Absolutely. Monet, musings, in a relationship, you must maintain political correctness, but a level of intimacy. That's what evenly yoked means. Yes, there's a balance to it all. And that's the other thing, too. As men, that's a whole nother conversation. But as men, when we get into these relationships, there's a delicate balance we have to keep. There is. You know, we have to uphold our part, but we have to also understand the women that we're dealing with. It can't just be all my way, my way, my way. There's a give and take. But again, everything falls back to the purpose. Everything falls back to, does your woman respect you or not? Enough to understand whatever it is you're trying to do. Just remember, you bring yourself no matter where you go. Work on yourself first. Absolutely. Facts. All right, gents, thank y'all for being here, man. I had a great time tonight, man. Thank you all for supporting the channel, especially with everything going on YouTube right now. You're probably going to see next week, I'll do normal videos, but you might see 1 or 2 smaller videos next week. Only because I'm just trying to get some extra videos in before the end of the month. Like I said, I got to start planning for leaving for this wedding. And I don't even have a suit yet because I want to see how much weight I'm gonna lose. Well, it looks like I'm down 14 pounds, but I'm just kind of stuck right at this 269. You know, I'm right at about 269, man. I can't 270, 269. I can't lose the weight. And it's not that I can't lose it, but I'm also like lifting a certain way. I'm probably gaining a little muscle. The waistline is saying that it's working, but the scale is lying. So somebody, the scale is lying, you know. You must maintain what brought you together to create a better life. Yes. Well, if the thing that brought you together is positive, right? No hey big head. Yeah, we ain't dealing no hey big head here. Awesome live stream, brother. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate you. He said that's exactly what they start with. The hey big head. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that no more. All right, gents. Listen, I'll see y'all soon. Until next time, live your best life.